Dame Carrie Eggers, Portland Tribune. The third quarter was yours again tonight. Did you make a concerted effort to make that happen after what happened in the first half?
I mean, in the first half, we had the lead. So, I wasn't making shots, but I thought our execution was pretty good when we weren't turning the ball over. Our defense was solid. So I didn't feel the need to try to get overly aggressive in that first half once I saw how the game was going. But then in the third, I felt like that was a time where we needed to kind of hit the gas. Not playing great in the first half, them making shots, forcing turnovers, and we still had the lead. And we came out the locker room saying, turn it up, get more aggressive on offense, keep trusting each other, but let's tighten up on defense. And we did that, and I was able to get rolling on the offensive end.
Brady Trantham, franchise OKC. Damian, Terry said he liked your guys' demeanor even after Game 3's loss, and then said you guys were very businesslike. What's gone into your confidence this whole series that you guys have been able to have that confidence?
I think it was before this series started. We had CJ go down with an injury. We lost our starting center for the season, and we were kind of put in a position where we had to really lean on each other and trust each other. And I think it was great for our team. It made us, like I said, lean on each other, develop that trust, develop the confidence that we needed with each other. Regardless of the coaches or the trainers or whoever, our team was together and really believing in each other. So I think coming into this series has been huge for us. We just been getting the job done. Like Coach said, we had a business-like mentality. And it was the first time that after Game 3, it was like, we in the locker room saying they lived at the free throw line and all this stuff, but Game 4, we're not talking to nobody but ourselves. Referees can call it how they want to call it. We just going to worry about ourselves. We're going to play hard. We're going to stay together. Whenever the crowd get into it, we're going to just keep doing what we do and come out on top. So I was proud that we was able to stick to that and actually get it done. But a lot of that is because of what we have been through during the regular season and how we came together.
Yeah, Damian, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. You didn't make your first field goal till I think 1:12 left in half. You guys are up 4. Did you like your situation at halftime with that? You'd been real productive, but you guys still had a lead.
No, I loved it. I think anytime we can be on the road playing against a really good team and not playing well, and I haven't been scoring the ball, and we have a lead, that late or that deep into a game, that's a great situation. Just because a lot of times I'm not in that position. I'm getting attempts, I'm scoring the ball, and that's usually what's working for us. But tonight it wasn't that way, and we still had the lead. And I also know that all I need to do is see it go in one time. And once it goes in one time, that could turn into 3, 4, or 5. And that's kind of what happened in the third quarter.
Damian, over here. Dan Wecke with the Los Angeles Times. How have you guys managed to turn Russell into a jump shooter in this series? How big of a game plan priority was that for you guys?
I mean, just playing tendencies. I think we've been in the same division as them. We played against them 4 times in the regular season. Now we've played against them 4 times again. So you play against somebody 8 times, it wouldn't make sense not to watch film on them and look at their tendencies, what direction they like to go to. When they run certain plays, what are they looking for? Because if you watch film, you'll notice habits. You'll notice the same things, by everybody in the league. We all do it. So I think we've just been sharp in that way, and it's kind of forcing guys into spots where they got to take jumpers. We sitting down in the stands and we playing defense, and mid-range jumpers, that's his shot. Sometimes he takes pull-up three-pointers, and we just having the presence, and those are the shots that we are making available, I guess. And that's what we're living with.
Damian, Casey Holdahl, Trailblazers.com. After kind of all the back and forth in Game 3 and kind of the histrionics as well, they kind of got off to a good start in the first quarter, and kind of some of that stuff started to percolate again. Was it hard not to engage in that? And just your thoughts on that flow and how things played out in terms of those interpersonal things on the court?
I mean, it was, like I said, it was expected. Being a road team, them being at home, this is the game where they would have had a chance to tie the series up. So you expect the excitement, you expect the passion. But after the last game, it was like, a big deal being made out of the back and forth, and we weren't emotional about it. We were just competing. We was just passionate about the game as well. But like I said earlier, we didn't really engage in it because our focus was our team. We said, like I told you guys, we're not going to come out here and go crazy on the referees. We're not going to go out here and get in these shouting matches and back and forths and all that stuff. We're going to focus on the stuff that we need to focus on that's going to give us a chance to win the game. And I was proud of how our team stuck to that.
Matt Reynolds, CBS Sports Radio, Oklahoma City. Dame, coming into this playoffs, you guys obviously had the large losing streak over your heads. You had the injury to your starting center. CJ wasn't much healthy. What's been the difference to this point in the series to be up 3-1 at this point when coming in you had a lot of doubters, and then obviously you guys have taken care of business to these first 4 games?
Like I said, when we had our backs against the wall dealing with those injuries and other guys having to step up, we just trusted each other more. You know, we leaned on each other a little bit more, and I think it just made us better in the long run. You know, instead of us saying, okay, we got some injuries, Dame, you got to average 35 and do all this extra stuff. Instead of that, the mentality was let's keep the ball moving. You know, let's make the right plays. Let's be better defensively. Let's just be a better unit, you know, instead of turn into me or turn into somebody else to score a bunch of points. We just made it a group thing. You know, we didn't make it about what I needed to do or nothing like that. And I think it was good for our team. And as far as people doubting us coming in, you know, you don't just become the 3rd seed, luckily, especially 2 times in a row. You know, last year our performance wasn't great in the playoffs, but I think we showed a lot by backing it up this year and getting the 3rd seed again. And we don't focus on doubters. We focus on ourselves, and we accept the responsibility for, you know, our past 2 playoff performances, and we moved on. And I think that's one of the biggest and one of the best things that we did for ourselves was not hold on to it. We moved on, and, you know, we having a better run now. We just got to finish it.
Last question right here in the back.
Dame, Maddie Lee, Oklahoman. What has it been about CJ specifically that he's been able to have a serious injury so close to the playoffs and bounce back so well?
I mean, I think you got to give credit to our training staff, and you got to give credit to CJ because I'm sure he's not 100%. Nobody is, but him dealing with that type of injury. I was on the phone with him a lot, so I know he was doing 3 and 4 training sessions, and when it was time to get back on the court, he was pushing as hard as he could, just, you know, putting weight on it, moving at the speed that he was doing everything he needed to do and then some to make sure that he was ready before the playoffs started. So when the playoffs did start, he was able to really do what we needed him to do. So I think that's one of the special things about him. And then coming into the playoffs, just the mentality, you know, not allowing an injury that you just had to bother you mentally and still come out here and have the impact that he's had on our team.